Kia ora and welcome along to the Met Service National Update from Thursday, the 8th of June. Well, if you saw the weather yesterday, I can save you a couple of minutes. That's pretty much what we've got again today. And as we go through in towards Friday as well, we've got plenty of clear sky across the majority of the country. Still got this area of low pressure to the north, and that introduces more cloud down this eastern side of the North Island. And we have got a few pockets of valley fog just lingering through parts of the South Island. That's keeping it pretty cold down to places like Alexandra, where that sunlight is being kept away by a good deck of cloud. But elsewhere, plenty of clear sky and plenty of dry and settled weather as well. Plenty of dry weather across the South Island thanks to this area of high pressure. To the north though, a few showers still with us around this eastern side for Hawke's Bay and Gisborne, Tairafti. But most spots on the North Island, again, it should be dry and clear as we head through the rest of Thursday afternoon and even through in towards the night time as well. So as we go through Thursday night into Friday, well, there's not an awful lot of change in this story. We might find again a few pockets of mist and fog reforming through parts of Canterbury, Otago and down towards Southland, and perhaps even in some of the valleys up through parts of Waikato and places like Tamaranui. But most spots I think will be dry and clear through the night, cold and frosty as well for some of us. In fact, our temperatures are going to be on the real cool side for the parts of the South Island. Look at those temperatures there, -2s, -3s, for likes to say Queenstown, and even cooler in some of those spots where the cloud has been really reluctant to clear through the daytime. Head northwards, it's not much better as we head up in towards Marlborough. I think still a touch of frost through there. And for the North Island, although we're going to find with a cloud around this eastern coast, temperatures aren't too bad. Places like Hawke's Bay for Napier and in towards Hastings. Heading further inland, it will be another cold and frosty start today as we head into Friday. But for Friday itself, high pressure sits over the South Island. Again, most spots fine, dry and settled. Early cloud breaking up and clear in the majority of places. Still a few pockets of mist and fog lingering in places like Alexandra. Really reluctant to see that cloud clear away. For the North Island, we'll keep hold of that easterly feed of air, bringing more cloud and showery weather in towards Hawke's Bay and up towards Gisborne, Tairafti. And we are going to find some of that rainfall gets heavier as we head through the night time as the low pressure moves in from the east. And that will bring with it some heavier falls of rain as we go through towards Saturday. But for the majority of us on Friday across the North Island, there's plenty more dry, fine and settled conditions in store. So let's start off on the North Island. We have got that wetter weather around that eastern coast. More cloud from, say, Wairarapa up towards Gisborne. And we'll keep hold of a few showers through there. Elsewhere, it's plenty of dry weather still with us. Plenty of sunshine as well. A few pockets of early morning frost around some of those more inland areas of Waikato, Waitomo. But most spots I think we'll find as we go through the daytime, it's a dry and sunny story. Up towards Auckland as well, a great looking day for you. A touch more cloud around those eastern coasts of Northland. But other than that, not a bad story. It's this eastern coast which is going to bear the brunt of the weather as we go through the rest of Thursday and also through to Friday as well. In terms of our temperatures, it's that cool start once again. Top temperatures though back to around about 17 degrees Celsius there for Hamilton and up towards Auckland. As we go down towards Wellington, not too bad, but I think we are going to find it's a little bit cooler down those lower parts of the North Island, but still with plenty of sunshine still to come. Another cool night though as we head through in towards the early hours of Saturday morning. For the South Island, well, there's plenty of dry weather across the board. It's a fine day for the majority of the island. We are going to keep hold of a bit more cloud around first thing, but that should clear away from the likes of, say, Canterbury, pull back offshore to leave some sunshine as we head through towards lunchtime and the afternoon. A few pockets still in places like Otago and the central parts through there could find that cloud is really reluctant to clear through the day. Places like Wanaka and Alexandra, just seeing that cloud really sticking with us as we go through the daytime. But I think even here we should hopefully find a bit of brightness through the afternoon, but the majority of the island looks to be staying fine and dry. A bit more cloud pushes back in from the coast as we head in towards the end of the day for that eastern side anyway. In terms of our temperatures, where we get the best of the sunshine, we'll find our temperatures just about making it into double figures, 11 degrees Celsius there for the likes of, say, Christchurch. But if you're stuck beneath that cloud, it will be staying much cooler. Queenstown, though, up as high as 8 degrees Celsius. Another cold night, though, as we head through in towards Saturday. Now, as I was saying, as we go through Saturday, we are going to find this low pressure moves closer towards that eastern coast, brings with it some heavier rainfall towards Hawke's Bay, Gisborne, Tairafti, and by the end of the day, even in towards the Bay of Plenty and across those other parts of the North Island as well, particularly those areas close towards the central or in towards the east. The South Island generally looking to stay dry through the daytime. You can see this next feature runs in towards the likes of Fiordland towards the end of the day, but really is a case of losing this high pressure, just slides away down towards the south. But with that rainfall moving on towards the eastern side of the North Island, we have got the chance of some heavier falls. So we have issued some severe weather watches for Hawke's Bay and up towards Gisborne, Tairafti. With that rainfall, just bringing the chance of some heavier falls as we go through and towards particularly that early part of Saturday, and then through in towards those early parts of Sunday as well. So well worth keeping an eye on the forecast for this eastern side, especially in those areas which have already seen some fairly active weather so far this year. But I think we are going to keep a very close watch on that rainfall, and you can find all the latest information at metservice.com.